I don't want to talk about gambling today. That's right, I'm going on strike. I mean, I do this 365 days a year, and some days I just don't feel like talking about it. Now, I'll get to your free picks on Ohio State, Delaware, and Radford and UNLV here in Vegas in just a moment. Hit both college basketball plays last night that I gave you as freebies, and you know the incredible run with free picks I've been on in all sports over the past 6-7 weeks. I'll get to them in a minute, but today, I just don't want to talk about gambling right away, and it happens sometimes. Seriously. Listen, you get me in a crowd, I never tell people what I do, because the last thing I want to do outside of work, which I do way too much as it is talk about sports, politics, and religion. They're all no-nos as far as I'm concerned. It's like working in a candy store. You don't want to eat the candy after a while. Now, some people may laugh at that, but I did that too, okay? Back in college, 1 year, I made most of my money through college working, selling high-end stereo and video equipment. 1 year, my course load was just too much, so I decided, let me go work at a department store, and they had this gourmet food section, so I worked at the candy counter. That's what I did. I was an assistant manager at the candy counter. Can you picture me? Seriously, guys, just think about me making up these little cute boxes of candy at Christmas time and Easter time for everybody, putting the wax paper down, doing all the proper arrangements. Yeah, that was me. After a couple weeks, couldn't stand the smell of chocolate anymore. So don't want to talk about gambling today. Instead, going to talk about movies. Yes, movies. So last night, my son and I, we happened to be watching Dark Knight Rises on HBO. Now, we've seen it many, many times, and it's always a movie that'll have a particular soft spot in my heart because we happened to catch the movie in Paris a couple of years ago in the Champs-Elysees. It was a hot, hot day. We went to an afternoon show at the Lido Theater, which is the oldest theater in France, the night before at the Lido. The Expendables movie was coming out that week. The night before, they had Stallone and Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis and all the stars there. So, it's a really one of those old-time glamorous movie palaces. But that's where we happened to see Dark Knight Rising. And, an FYI, see these little cups? They were giving these away if you bought a soda and something called a package of Maltese balls, which is like Kit Kat balls or Kit Kats rolled up in little balls, like malted milk balls, Maltese balls, and they come in chocolate or vanilla. Very good, very fattening. But if you bought it, you got one of these little cups, and you can see the little guy here. That's the green M&M dressed as the Dark Knight. I've never seen these anyplace else. I only saw them there in France. Never could find anything about them online. So, we got one of these little guys, the green M&M, and I thought, well, let me go up to the front counter and see if I can get a couple more of these. The guy wouldn't take my money, wouldn't let me buy anything, just handed me the whole complete set of these things. There's a little yellow guy, there's a little red guy. They're really cute. They're little cups. It's Dark Knight Rises on the back, and of course it has its opening days there in France. But anyway, we're watching the movie last night, and I just think it's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in terms of a movie that satisfyingly wraps up a series, in this particular case, a trilogy. Listen, and I was not a big fan of number 2 in the series with the Joker. Heath Ledger, that whole thing. I just thought that movie was okay? But number 3, when you think how Christopher Nolan wrapped up that whole movie in the final 20 minutes, from Commissioner Gordon learning who Batman's true identity was, to realizing that he wasn't gone forever when the Batlight was restored, to, Michael Caine's character, Alfred the Butler, of course, realizing he was still alive and he would be back, and he was with, of course, Catwoman, etc. It was just such a great, satisfying finish. And lest I forget, we also found out the identity of Robin as well, right? And I thought about it, what other movies, not necessarily trilogies, but what other movie series had those type of satisfying endings? Well, there's not a hell of a lot of them. Yes, we can talk about Star Wars. You think about Episode 6. We're talking about the first 3 Star Wars movies. Return of the Jedi. That was a great closure. Okay, the whole Ewok thing was a little too much, but, after 30 years, you can almost forget about it, okay? And then when you think about the prequel series of Star Wars, Episode 3, that was a satisfying conclusion and almost made up for how bad movies 1 and 2 were in the series. But then you think of other particular series out there. Think about the Rocky movies. If Stallone was wise, he would have ended after Rocky 3, but instead we had to have 4 and 5. But then eventually he did come back a few years ago with the Rocky Balboa movie, number 6 in the series, and that was a satisfying conclusion. Was it The Dark Knight Rises? I don't think so, but it was a satisfying conclusion. Think about The Godfather. Godfather 1 and 2. You don't have to be Italian. You don't have to be in love with the mob, but 2 just incredibly well-crafted movies. Godfather 3, We could have all lived without that, right? Absolutely. Think about the Back to the Future trilogy. First movie, great. Second two movies, never should have made the damn things. Aliens, first two movies, very good. Third movie, we had to have Winona Ryder in it. I mean, it was pretty bad. Okay, the Spider-Man series, second Spider-Man movie. I think one of the great movies of all time. Seriously, I just think it, from the comedy, from the romance to the action, the adventure. But Spider-Man 3 with the two different villains, it wasn't a very satisfying conclusion as far as I'm concerned. The Harry Potter series. True, as my son said, they had a book to go off of. I mean, the final movie I thought was outstanding. Absolutely the best movie, the whole series. But again, they had a lot of time to prepare for that one, and you already had the book written, so it wasn't like it was something they were creating brand new. Now, I have to be honest, never have watched 1 minute of the Matrix or Lord of the Rings trilogies. And I think I'm a better man because of that today. And then the other one, I think that, that's right up there in terms of the Batman series. How about Toy Story? Toy Story 3. Just a tremendous movie. The last 20 minutes of the movie, even just as good as anything that we saw at the end of Batman. So anyway, those are my opinions today about movies. I guess we have to talk about gambling a little bit today, but I'm really tired of talking about gambling, as I said. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let's move on. Listen, it was a good night for most of the handicappers here at the site last night, except for me. I lost. But listen, today, the half-price play of the day. Of course, yesterday, the half-price play of the day was a winner, as you got Anthony Reds, 100-dime NBA winner on the Golden State Warriors getting the job done. So I decided to come back with another half-price play of the day promotion today, because Chris Jordan, biggest play of the year, top-rated 1,000-star play, UNLV and Radford, okay? He hit his first 1,000-star college basketball release last Wednesday, Bowling Green getting the 7-point cover against North Dakota, a play you got as the half-price play of the day. Just hit his 1,000-star NFL winner number 4 out of 5 this season with the Arizona Cardinals. He told you to buy down the half point, and they got the cover by that hook, thanks to that buy down of insurance against Tennessee in overtime on Sunday. This play is just as strong, and you can get tonight's winner for half price simply by using coupon code HALF, H-A-L-F, H-A-L-F. Keep in mind, if you're watching this video at a site that Chris Jordan is not at, you can just contact customer service. They will point you in the right direction and tell you where to find it. Scott Delaney, I'm turning to him for winning day number 25 out of 41. His college total of the year going tonight, your North Carolina, Texas over under. You can save $70 off the purchase of that play and get it for just, by using coupon code SCOTT70. SCOTT70. That, once again, will save you $70 off the purchase. $10 bettors have made a little over $4,300 following Scott's betting advice over the past 40 days. Also, congratulations going out to A-Red, as I mentioned. Last night hit the 100-dime play with the Golden State Warriors, and that was after hitting an 80-dime play and 75-dime play in the NFL the previous 2 days. Well, tonight he has 75-dime winner number 5 in a row, Stanford and UConn, just as strong as a 75-dime winner on the Bears on Sunday over Cleveland. Of course, had the 80-dime play on the Ravens on Monday night. $10 bettors up $2,500 over the past 3 days. Another hot handicapper, Craig Davis, going for winning day number 13 out of 17 with 50-dime winner number 8 out of 11. Brad Wilton going for winning day number 8 out of 11. That's his short-term winnings. But $10 bettors have won a little over $10,490 following his betting advice since July. His biggest college basketball release so far this season goes tonight, an 80-dime play on NC State and Tennessee. 40-dime winner last night, Wichita State over Alabama. Bigger than his 60-dime total winner on the Ravens under against the Lions on Monday, which you got for just $14. Listen, guys, if you want to save $30 off the purchase of anything here at the site, one-time usage coupon, the biggest one I've had for a single-day savings event, $30 off. Use coupon code SAVE30. SAVE30. FYI, Shawn Michaels, by the way, winning day number 72 out of 107 going today, his 50-dime college blowout of the month. He is 5-1 in basketball this season, but more importantly, last 108 plays over the past 7 months, 71 wins, 35 losses, 2 pushes, $10 better, making, a little over $23,000. Let's talk about your college basketball free selections here. First one, I'm going to give you Ohio State minus the 19.5 points at home against Delaware tonight. Listen, the Blue Hens went on the road. This is part of that Gotham Classic weird, I think I can start the Al DeMarco Classic next week because there got to be 4 college basketball teams that are going to want to play in it. I mean, everybody's got these weirdo classics. Anyway, the Blue Hens lost 85-66 at North Dakota State on Monday in a road game as part of this Gotham Classic. And now tonight they find themselves at Ohio State. Ironically, in Columbus on Saturday, the Buckeyes just beat up that same ND State squad, 79-62, shooting 52.9% from the field and hitting 10 3-pointers in that contest. Listen, the Buckeyes are a undefeated team, ranked number 3 in the nation, thanks to a very, very soft schedule, okay? And I realize that prior to Delaware's loss at ND State on Monday night, they had only lost 2 games on the season against ranked teams, Notre Dame and Villanova, by a total of 9 points. But I think tonight you have to go against them. Second straight game on the road after getting shellacked by North Dakota State on Monday, or on Monday night, right? They really shot miserably, they being the Blue Hens, in that game against ND State. 25 for 63 from the field, even though they had their leading scorer back after a 7-game suspension, Devin Sandler, who came off the bench to score a team-high 24 points. I mean, they were hammered on the boards, 38-29. I think they'll be out-rebounded by the Buckeyes here tonight. They allowed North Dakota State to shoot 52.9% from the field. Delaware's key for them is hitting 3-pointers, okay? But you've got an Ohio State team that's one of the nation's best when it comes to preventing teams from hitting 3-pointers. In fact, they're number 2 in the nation, as opponents have only hit 23.9% of their shots from beyond the arc. So I'm going to go with Ohio State here. I realize that, their schedule strength is among the weakest in the nation, but 10-0 is 10-0, and an average margin of victory, 21.5 points, is a 21.5 point average margin of victory. So I'll go with the Buckeyes to pull away here to get the win and the cover. The other game is going to be UNLV as a 14-point favorite tonight at home in the Continental Tires Las Vegas Classic. It should have been the Al DeMarco Vegas Classic. I mean, seriously, these teams would have played. But anyway, they're taking on Radford. Quick, where's Radford? You don't know, do you? Shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. Radford is kind of southwest of Blacksburg, Virginia, kind of west of Christiansburg, Virginia. And quick, what's the nickname of the Radford team? Come on, guys, if you're on Jeopardy, how are you ever going to win money? It's the Highlanders. And we're not talking Toyota here. Listen, Radford's coming off a 75-62 loss at Santa Clara on Monday night. They've also lost to Virginia Tech by a score of 81-56. They've lost to George Washington by a score of 76-54. That's basically their 3 step-up games, and they got hammered in all of them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. UNLV is not the UNLV team we saw a year ago. Very inconsistent squad this season, coming off a win against Southern Utah on Saturday by a 73-51 score. That was on the road, but let's keep in mind Southern Utah was a 1-5 team giving up 81 points a game coming into that contest, so it's natural that they lost by double digits. The problem with UNLV this season is that the offense simply hasn't clicked. Their coach, Dave Rice, wants to play an up-tempo pressure type of defense as well, producing some cheap points off of turnovers. It just hasn't worked. Before beating Southern Utah, however, the Rebels had lost 3 of their previous 4 games. But playing devil's advocate, 3 of those losses came against Arizona, Arizona State, and Illinois. We ain't talking chopped liver here, okay? I think this is a good spot to get on UNLV tonight. I don't think they're going to win by 30. I can see maybe 17, 18 points and covering that 14-point spread against a Radford team. You played on Santa Clara on Monday night, and now you're in Vegas. Yeah, they're going to be real focused for this game. So go with UNLV as your other free pick. That'll do it for you guys. Best of luck to you all, and I will catch you again on Thursday.